What is going on, guys? My name is Tefty. Welcome to Dank Talk number 17. We got BlueWestlo and we got Versus the Stream.
Hey, Ro.
We're here to talk about puppies and kitties. Go. First puppy on your mind.
Ooh, the teacup Yorkie.
Blue, go. First puppy.
Shiba. I want a Shiba.
All right. I'd probably pick a Corgi, personally. Corgis are pretty damn cute.
I really want a teacup Yorkie. Like, they're really, like, I look at pictures of them. They're, like, inside of an actual teacup. They're so tiny. They don't grow. Like,
really?
Oh
Wow. Do they have
they stay tiny, dude.
What's their life expectancy since they're tiny?
I don't know. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to think about this stuff.
This tiny cute. Dog, I feel like they're probably gonna have health problems.
Yeah, I don't want to think. Oh, you're making me think bad things. No.
Oh no, I just hurt your puppy.
Well, let's change the subject quick. What are we playing?
Okay, right. So, how's Destiny for you guys lately? How's the world of Destiny?
Destiny's Destiny, you know.
Destiny.
Yeah, nothing really changed. It's same thing, you know.
Did you
raiding? Yes, everyone's raiding more often.
Did you get all the exotic adepts?
No, I didn't get all of them. I just got the ones that I really wanted, like Chaos Dogma and stuff like that.
I see. You're
in terms of like the two latest raids specifically, not like counting Vogue and Crota, because
you're saying that you didn't want to do Axis Challenge Part 2 again and again.
Well, I don't mind Axis.
Oh, really?
Axis is, I think, with a good team, Axis is really fun.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. When we're like teaching people and showing them how to do it, it's like, I think it's not the hardest raid. That's why I like barely played King's Fall, because Wrath is a lot of fun. It's just it's hard to tell people what to do. Because Axis is a very hectic boss, especially specifically with challenges.
There's just so much. Things are just so fast paced that it can confuse new players sometimes.
Yeah. Well, it's I was explaining like this where you have to be aware of 3 different locations and 2 very important jobs. And most people like to post up in one spot. Like, this is my spot. I got the center, or I got the right, or something like that. And then when the game automatically switches things, you have to call out whether or not you're getting left, right, or center. That throws a lot of people off, you know?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. I found it to be a difficult challenge for helping new people through, for sure. Like,
it's understandable.
Like Atheon, not so much. I was able to describe that pretty easily. But when it comes to the Axis Part 2 challenge, man, there's just like this little tiniest thing can screw it up, and then it's a wipe. Yeah,
because it requires a lot of micromanaging, because you're also like trying to keep in mind where everyone else is at, who's empowered, where's everyone's location. So it's a lot to keep in your head while you're also trying to stay alive.
Exactly.
So it's understandable why it can sometimes be difficult for new players to really get a grasp of it first go.
Yeah, I mean, if you've never played the raid, you get in there first time. It's it's a sizable arena that you have to look at and discover and understand, and then there's these pads that you don't even really pay attention to until the first time going in there. So
yeah,
it can be a little cray. I've been enjoying playing Destiny lately. I've been enjoying doing the raids. I've still been doing Vogue also. I don't know, have you guys been playing Vogue at all?
Yeah, I haven't been, but I know Blue has. Blue's been taking a lot of people in Discord and stuff like that, and just running Vogue, like helping a lot of people out.
I think the coolest thing about this update is that it does give me a reason to come back, even though realistically, I have nothing to do in Destiny anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I've got my book done. I have all the weapons I wanted from the raids. I got my Chaos Dogma. I got my Fatebringer. Got my Legendary Fatebringer. Got my Fang of Ryut. I even got the that one King's Fall gun that I really didn't even want that much, but I got it anyway.
Zali's Ben.
Doom of Churches.
Oh, the Doom.
Oh, and then I got the Pulse as well.
Dude, the Pulse is amazing.
Church's Chicken.
Oh, Church's Chicken. I love that one.
Yeah. So, I mean, realistically, I have everything done, but it's still a lot of fun to go and run Vogue and still have the potential of getting, like, the armor.
Yeah.
I don't really care for the armor that much, but it's still fun to be able to go into Vogue and run it current year and feel challenged and still have a lot of fun. The same goes for Crota, which Crota is like the most fun raid right now, because that's the raid. That's like the casual raid where you can just fuck around the entire raid, and it's still so much fun. And you're going to get it done.
I used Dragon's Breath the whole time.
Oh my god!
Oh my goodness!
Last night, yeah, it was great. I was like, Dragon's Breath. Let's go.
And then I see so many streamers now that are happily they don't even necessarily have to do like the challenge mode of the week for their stream. A lot of people will just straight up do like variety raids, and they'll say, "Hey, like I'm doing variety raids of stream. I mean, with with viewers, like just come by, whatever raid you want to run, like we'll run it."
Yeah.
And I think it's the coolest thing because everything that you get from these raids is relevant. So it means a lot of people want to do them. And it's fun to be able to bring people who are like, oh, dude, like I really want to do Vogue right now. Like I haven't gotten my Fate ring. Oh, let's do Vogue. I haven't got my Sword Breaker from Crota. Oh, dude, like let's do Crota. Like immediately after a Vogue or something. So it's just really cool seeing the variety of raids to do. And honestly, this is something that I think Destiny should have been doing from the start.
Yep.
Because I'm done with all the content from Age of Triumph. But I'm still playing the game because Destiny is a social game. Other people want to run the raids that you may have already done, but it's like, oh, dude, like I'll happily run that raid because like there's actually a reason to run it.
Yeah, and it's fun. Like having, again, the King's Fall problem was that we had it for a whole year. Well, if we had these other two raids to throw into rotation, it would have changed our feeling about 2016. And now that we have this right now with 4 different raids, like every week there's a new challenge that's being highlighted. That's a really cool experience. So you can go in, you can do your challenge mode stuff for that week, and then you can be like, all right, let's do Vogue. I need to get a Vex middle class still. People.
It's an experience that is in other MMOs already, and it confused me why it wasn't in Destiny to begin with.
Oh, interesting. I'm not familiar with other MMOs. Like I didn't invest a lot of time into WoW or anything like that. So I don't know where those systems have gone in the past.
Well, it's not necessarily because Bungie's raid system is, pretty unique in itself. Obviously, with Age of Triumph, every raid is totally viable and every raid is max, level. In other MMOs, generally those MMOs have will still give specific gear pieces or specific rewards that are still relevant to the end game of whatever year you're in. So obviously, it's not like all your gear is like max level, but there was still a lot of reason to run old raids. And with Destiny, I just didn't get how it's like, okay, new year, like that old raid, 0 reason to run it. Don't run it. Literally no reason to run it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think they keep trying to reinvent the wheel when it's like you have so much. And I hope they do this in Destiny 2 where they don't spend so much time trying to like totally make a new game every time they make new DLC. It's like you have so much for us to do that we still enjoy. Like, why take that out? Why not have something that keeps us going back to it so we have something to kind of like pace ourselves with? Right.
Well, I know they were trying to fix a lot of things in Destiny 1. I mean, that Taken King was a big old let's fix the problems that we created in the initial 1.0 launch. So I'm hoping that Destiny 2 takes all of that we have right now and says, all right, this is what worked. And then here is what's going to change things to make things easier for new content coming in the future and have a bigger open world and all that stuff. And maybe even a more expansive end game. Because for me, I personally enjoy the hunt for loot. And there's a very finite amount of loot that you can get in Destiny when it comes to the actual exotics and even legendaries. So, because, you can get rolls, obviously, but they're not very... They feel a little more one-dimensional to me as opposed to other type of roles.
100% agree.
Yeah.
I think realistically, Bungie, Destiny really doesn't have much of an end game at all.
Oh, it's the social side. It's because we want to play and do raids with each other like that.
And that's why we play Destiny's really small end game, because it's a social game and we want to have fun with our friends. And this game is a lot of fun with our friends.
And I hope Destiny 2, they change that, because, it's very unfortunate. It's not fair to us that we were forced to create our own end game, because what we're saying now is it's social, so we are giving ourselves the reason of what's an end game. When Bungie should have also meet us halfway and have given us a legit end game to go with the whole social aspect we were talking about now.
True. Yeah, their answer was the raids. They're like, here's your raid, that's your end game, essentially. And it's very limited. So I hope that changes in Destiny 2. Oh, sure. Have you tried blinking in... Okay, so last night...
I was watching you on, I think it was Wrath? Was it Wrath?
Was it Wrath? No, I don't think I blinked in Wrath, but
I was watching you blink in a raid, and I was like, what the heck is Tefty doing? You give me anxiety.
I blinked all the way through VOG last night, multiple times. And I did the Templar challenge mode with the relic with blink. And
that's what it was. I was freaking out. I was like, Tefty, what are you doing?
I used to actually use Blink when I used to main Voidwalker. I'd only use Blink, and I'd mess up. There'd be times where I'm like, I legit just fall off like the part with Atheon and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna stop doing this. Like, I'm tired of like accidentally not being like. Just
it was so fun though. It's so fun.
It's super fun, 100%.
I mean, Blink. I loved Blink, and it's unfortunate because it's just been like drugged through the mud because of PvP.
To the ground.
Yeah. Hey, there's problems in PvP, so let's drag it through the mud.
PvP has taken away so much from PvE, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's another conversation for later.
Yeah, but it's true. You know, I mean, your Icebreaker. Your Icebreaker doesn't need those bullet regeneration nerfs because of PvE.
Icebreaker felt so like it felt like an exotic weapon, like what you expect from an exotic weapon to do, something no other weapon can do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they just nerfed that. It's like because of PvP.
Yep.
Well, maybe you should start limiting what goes to PvP if that's how things are going to be in Destiny 2. Like, don't
pretty much
take away abilities for PvP or something in the next game if they want to be able to bring things over again.
Yeah.
Pretty much every fun exotic in PvE is no longer fun because it got nerfed in PvP.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Which sucks. Exotics aren't exotic anymore. It's not just PvP that caused exotics to not be fun. Because, I mean, Bungie just... some of the designs for exotics are not very exotic at all. Like, yeah, he's a free perk. It's like, okay... Cool.
Here's a random, bonus of damage.
Hey, the only perk in this tree that's worth it? Here's the exotic for that. It's like, oh, thanks, I guess. Like,
yeah,
I'm not going to use it, but dope.
Yeah. And when I talk about the loot feeling a little linear, that's what I'm talking about. Like the exotics pretty much have one loadout, and it's very limited to your options of what you can change in there. I want an end game where an exotic has a lot of different options, and you can actually see somebody and be like, "Oh, I can't believe you're using it that way. That's so cool." Like these.
Yeah, that'd be really dope. Like adding, like you said, it's one dimensional. Adding different ways to do something is what we love about stuff. And like games are doing that now. Like I think we can constantly go back to The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild years from now and say that's a good example of a game that let us did things the way we wanted it to. And I hope Destiny 2 does that with the way their weapons work and the roles of their weapons.
Yep.
And I remember talking to Dado about this before, and he said the reason why he doesn't believe they'll do it is because like the way they made the exotics is they made it as a weapon that is set in stone. That's the reason why you want it, because the way it's set in stone. And it's a much deeper conversation, but I just don't remember all of it. But it was pretty much his counter argument to why he doesn't believe exotics will have different types of roles and options for Destiny 2, which is totally like they were understandable. But I just hope they don't do that. Like I hope they actually just say, you know what, we want to make the loot feel really unique for each player, kind of thing.
Yeah, that or make the exotics extremely unique, and make the really rare legendaries what you seek after, which is kind of what's happened now, But
yeah, I think there should be a middle ground.
Yeah, the reason it's happened now though is because of PvP, and literally what you're doing is trying to chase for a really well balanced weapon for PvP, which is kind of sad, in my opinion. Like you go to Halo, you have the perfect scout rifle, the DMR. Those type of things shouldn't be sought after in a PvP experience, in my opinion. Like
100%.
Like you should be given the tools to have excellent performing weapons in PvP, and then go seek after the really cool, unique exotics and unique perks that work in PvE for that sandbox.
I think they really have to find out what they want to do with PvP, because you ask any of the top PvPers and they don't know what Bungie wants. Like nobody knows what Bungie wants in their PvP at this point. We don't know what their vision is, because it's like they at some points they say, we want PvP to be casual and fun. But then at other points, they start doing these MLG events for a lot of the dedicated PvP players. But then they do these patches that are totally opposite of what the competitive community wants.
Yeah.
So it's not even a one step forward, one step backwards. It's like they're just stepping in like every different direction, and nobody knows where they want to go. So I think for Destiny 2, they really need to decide, do they want a competitive PvP? Then they're going to have to look into a separation of PvE and PvP. Or at the very least, they're going to have to make a competitive PvP mode where like all your perks are stripped.
Yeah.
All your perks are totally stripped, and all you have is the archetype of the gun.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that'd be a good middle ground as well if they can't do it the other way we want it.
Exactly.
So you can still bring that really dope looking raid pulse that you got. That you're like, oh, this thing's so dope. But when you bring it into PvP, none of those perks are active. You just have the base pulse rifle.
Strips it down.
And everybody else is using the base as well. That guy's using the base scout rifle. That guy's using the base auto rifle. It's the specific archetype that you're going with. So, I mean, either that or they buckle down on it being casual and let PvE run wild and just say, yeah, like PvP is Mario Party.
Yeah, exactly. Those are
one or the
other.
They can't do both though, because people people are already taking the game competitively, but it's like there's no foundation for a competitive game right now. There's no.
At this point, it's impossible to keep it competitive because.
Yep.
I mean, we've tried. We have one of the most dedicated communities in the world, and so many people are trying to keep it competitive, but it's like it's
very
not,
difficult.
Like, it's just not. It's not meant for that. They did not make the game
the subclasses
to be in Halo, but it's like But they want to. But it's weird though. That's their intentions were to make it competitive. Yet they update the game for the competitive players. You know what I mean? For the people who play PvP, which doesn't make sense to me.
Well, and they also have a mode that requires you to be competitive to actually get rewards that are exclusive to people who are good at it. You know, trials.
Yep.
Trials is
trials and Iron Banner to an extent, because Iron Banner you have to win to actually get XP.
Right. Well, you can get loot though. You know, they changed that, so you can just get loot from from the drops, which is good.
True.
But when it comes to trials, it's like it's very inconsistent to their message of, hey, PvP is for fun. You know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Speaking of PvP,
they gotta find a middle ground.
They do, yeah. Ooh. Speaking of PvP, oh my god, I had a Bungie bounty yesterday on Xbox. Yeah.
So tell us about it. Tell us what you were expecting. Tell us how the matches were. If the people are going super sweaty for that Tefty beard emblem, what was going on?
The matches were pretty sweaty, yes. I probably should have practiced some PvP in the past couple of weeks, and I didn't because I haven't been playing PvP for like 6 months or so. And that was interesting, definitely. You know, going in not being used to the meta. Also, I didn't have a Wormwood on Xbox, which is like. That's like your primary nowadays is a Wormwood, and then your secondary is your, you know, people usually using like an Island or a Palindrome. And for me, I don't really want to use hand cannons anymore, so I was like sticking to Might of Multi-Tool because I've always enjoyed that gun. I like to shoot exactly. I like to shoot the bolts in the Might of Multi-Tool. But it was a lot of fun. We did 10 matches, won 7, lost 3. The last match was crazy. Nice. Like it ended up being 10,080 to 10,050, and we lost. And one of my subs actually was on my team, and he dealt the final blow. Yet we still lost.
That's weird. That's crazy.
Yeah, like I think 9 of the games were very, very close like that. I mean that was the closest, but like most of them were within a couple hundred points. And then I think there was one of them that was like a few thousand that they were going balls deep in, and I was like, oh please no.
Was your heart pounding like extremely fast during all these matches? Because you have to make sure everyone in chat isn't like, "Go, my god, Tefty, you're so bad," but you also want to be like, "Let me go ahead and show you what this beard can do. Let me go ahead and show you." I
was definitely not like I didn't have like my major tryhard pants on. I wasn't like prepared for PvP in that sense. I was taking it as like, let's have some fun. Let's like, you know, I'm not known for PvP, and I'm not good at it either. You know, I'm like pretty average. So I was approaching it as like, hey, I'm just like a regular Destiny player. Like match up against me.
You're pretty much going to a basketball street game and expecting some fun when these guys are playing for like life and death kind of thing.
Sometimes, yeah.
You're finding Nemo in a pool of sharks.
Yeah, exactly. And that was an interesting experience. And it was also fun too. We had to put chat in follower only mode. And once we did that, then like it was fine. There wasn't any kind of craziness in chat, so it was good. It was a really good time. I had an awesome time with it. It was 2 hours too. Like I said, 10 matches. So there's people out there on Xbox that got emblems now. So yeah, I think that's what's happened in the Destiny world, right? Yeah,
that's Destiny.
That's Destiny. Next we hear about Destiny 2 is going to be May 18th.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming up soon, man. Time flies.
It does. Yeah, it definitely flies. Yeah.
I'm just so excited. Please, open world.
So
I'm okay with Earth.
So okay, we were on the DCP podcast or Destiny Community Podcast because it's podcasting. Mm-hmm.
Hold up, we're talking about Destiny 2. Here we go. Better get it ready.
There we go.
All right, there's Pope has we got a bet going on. Pope's saying that they're going to drop an alpha on the 18th of May. They're going to be
I
like
don't think so.
PS4 exclusive alpha. Boom. I'm thinking that they're going to do it on Friday, the 19th. And this is all, speculation, just a bet. I want to know from you guys. Your options are no alpha later on, and obviously there's a beta coming that we don't know. So what do you think?
I say alpha later on. I think what they'll do is they'll use that to show you the game and be like, guys, get ready because this alpha's coming soon. Like I think, like what you said, I'm going off of your Friday theory.
Okay.
So it's like, hey guys, we show you the gameplay. Come out this Friday. Go pre-order it for access. And now that's to push pre-orders for everyone. So I think that's a great way for them to push the pre-orders, which gives you the beta access. But this is for PlayStation only, right? We're assuming this is PS4 only.
I'm assuming the alpha would be PS4 only, or like the
so
undisclosed one,
just like the last one. Yeah, so they'll probably use that to push pre-orders and something like that. So it makes sense for them to do it soon. I don't expect it the day of because I doubt they want to show you something and then that same day people get thrown off of it because maybe a little bug or something like that. I don't know. It could be anything.
Yeah.
But I don't expect it the same day. I don't know why. I feel like they should handle it differently, and just keep the hype going from now to launch. So you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket like on the same day. So I don't know. It makes more sense to do it after, not the same day of.
Okay.
I still feel like they're gonna wait to use this hype machine for the alpha and the beta till E3. To be honest, I can see them doing it. Like I don't think the day of, and I could see it more like like that Friday, just to like get people prepared and be like, yo, like go pre-order now, like because come Friday, like your time's up, like you gotta just get it done, boys. Like pre-order this game.
Pre-order, oh my god!
But I feel like for the introduction to the new gameplay, I mean, this is gonna be introduction to the gameplay for a lot of people, but I think they still want to sell Destiny to a wider market, and the perfect time to sell the game to the wider market, which is exactly what they did with the first Destiny, is to just like give people like an opportunity to play the game. Because at this point, I know they're streaming on their Bungie channel, but it's like the reality is that's mostly the people who are already playing Destiny 1. Like these are the people who are going to tune in are the people who are already like invested in Destiny.
Right.
And it wouldn't make sense to me necessarily for them to. Okay, that's not true. I don't know. It's hard.
And alpha would be a core market type of thing, wouldn't it? Right?
Alpha would be a core market. Yeah. So I can see them just giving it to the people who are already invested in Destiny.
Exactly.
And then saving the beta for E3. But
well, think about this also. The beta E3 is technically all platforms. Okay. So they're going to be like, yes, that'd be true. And also here's a big thing, guys. When they did E3 before for Destiny 1, they were showing off what they have and saying, go play it. They did that, right? They were like, yes, Destiny.
So they can definitely do it for
PS4 exclusive alpha. Go play it right now.
I'm gonna say like it's like a 50% chance the Friday of that week,
May 19th.
And then I'd say it's 50% that they're just gonna do it for E3.
Okay. Well, yeah. I just want to point out again that like it'll have already been a month that we've seen footage, gameplay. They did the live stream reveal of Destiny 2. So they're going to have to show more things and do more cool things at E3 for Destiny 2, right? Which, I mean, it could be an alpha.
This is true.
It could be like, hey, okay, at E3, we're releasing the alpha. So you guys, if you're on PS4, you could play it. And then have the official beta that people get access to in July or something, you know?
Yeah, I definitely don't see day of, though. I see it on the Friday of.
Yeah, I don't think it would be day of either.
I think they do want to push that pre-order again.
Yep.
Because all they've really done is obviously they put out the trailer and they put out the teaser for the trailer and they say, like pre-order Destiny, like and get access to the alpha, blah blah blah. But I think once they actually show off the gameplay, like that's gonna get people hyped. Like people are gonna share that. People are like, "Holy shit, Destiny 2 looks awesome!"
Retweet.
And it's gonna say, retweet. Show people this, and then it's gonna be like, "Hey, like the alpha's this Friday. Like pre-order the game, you get access to it."
Exactly.
I think they are gonna want to push those pre-orders personally, like Ab said. So I'm gonna say Friday.
Okay. All right. You know, if you do want to push pre-orders, though, it would make sense that it would be the Friday after And also here's another reason why I mean Friday a week later, I should say. And here's the reason why I think Friday, because they're going to drop it on September 8th, which is going to be a Friday. I'm assuming that the new reset is going to be Friday because of that.
I would not be surprised. That'd be like more convenient for a lot of people.
It'd be way more convenient for the community. Be like, reset, boom, you have the weekend to raid, because most people want to get their raids done on reset or a day or two after reset. So
yeah, I think Friday is just a lot more convenient for even like the casual player, like the person who works during the week, and it's like, oh, Tuesday, it's like, well, gotta come home and play Destiny. Whereas on Friday, it's like, oh, like it's the weekend, I get to chill with my friends on Destiny. Like,
yep, yeah. And as a content creator, I would love it as well.
I would love it as well too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It also allows content creators some breathing room throughout the week to do other things. Like if we're in our case, like we don't only play Destiny.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Especially content creators who already work on other stuff, or content creators who work part-time or full-time jobs.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like those people are pretty much always get screwed because of that Tuesday reset. So like if something cool happens on Tuesday, it's like, oh well, shit, I'm gonna have to get off work and then work on content when I get home.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas on Friday, it's like, oh, dope, like I have all weekend to work on this cool thing that happened.
Yeah. Now it is possible that they are going to keep a Tuesday reset and just have a short week on the first week, but
no, Tefty, Friday. It's gotta be Friday.
Personally, I want Friday. Personally, I think that would be great. I think it would be also. Somebody was saying also that the reason why they wouldn't do it on Friday is because they have less manpower and they want to. Like Tuesday is a great day for resets, so they can fix problems that happen if there is a major thing, But Destiny is a huge game now, and they have the manpower. So can they have,
They have multiple studios working on this game.
Yeah,
like
it's not inconceivable that they have somebody working over the weekend.
At first, I was like, no, I don't think that they would do that. But at the same time, I don't know. I think it just really comes down to the preference of the studio. It's like if they choose Friday, they choose Friday. If they choose Tuesday, they choose Tuesday. Like this is what it is.
Yeah.
And I don't think because they have like another studio helping them doesn't mean they have more manpower post game launch. Usually they have multiple studios helping, to get it gold. Once it's gold, people usually used to lose contracts and they go work for something else.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's probably gonna be Bungie in-house doing all the reset stuff still.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Yep.
Nobody knows,
but it's very exciting. I can't wait. I hope it's 60 FPS on stream. I really do. Please. 60 FPS across the board.
Por favor.
144 FPS 4K with tri-SLI 1080 Ti's strapped to your balls. Okay.
So there's new games coming out.
Yes.
Other than Destiny 2 this year, and specifically this week.
Outlast 2.
Finally, the sequel to Outlast, the Donger Twins, the video game.
Oh, Donger Twins video.
So Outlast 2 comes out this Tuesday, and
do you know like the story? Like, can you give like
the story from what I know? Because I've been trying to be like on a semi blackout, so I can like be surprised when playing it. Because horror games are only as good as what they show them, because you don't want to see too much, and then you get no scares.
Mm-hmm.
But it's about a husband and a wife, and they're both reporters, I believe. And something happens on their helicopter that crashes their helicopter down. The husband's not looking for his wife. You're in you're in the South, I believe, somewhere in the South.
Okay.
I think it's somewhere in the South, and it's like a farmy kind of village, and we all assume it's a cult. It's like some sort of cult that runs this place. So they went from mental asylum horror to more cultish side of horror.
Okay.
That's happening. So it's going to be first person. You still have a camera with you, but this time you have glasses. Your character actually wears glasses, and that actually is going to affect the POV of the player. So if you lose your glasses, you can hardly see. Everything's blurry. And pretty much it's a new level of horror. Like it adds something more to like a horror game.
Yeah.
So that's to be really exciting. But I've only played the demo. Demo was pretty short. I think you played it too, right?
No, I didn't play the demo.
Okay, the demo's pretty short. It doesn't really spoil much. It's like you can legit go through the demo in 5 minutes, which is good. But the game comes out this Tuesday. You can also buy the game in a trilogy collection, which it comes with Outlast 1, the DLC for Outlast called Whistleblower, and then Outlast 2.
Oh, that's
it's
cool.
It's only like $40. It's perfect. It's a great price for $40. So that comes out.
Did you play it on did you play the demo on PS4?
Yeah, I played the demo on PS4.
Was it in 60 FPS or was it in 30?
60 FPS.
Oh, okay,
60
nice.
FPS goodness. So the game runs at 60 FPS. Everything runs really well. The graphic, like it's a great looking game. But it's also one of those games that's in the dark a lot. So I'm sure what game doesn't look good in the dark.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's really good. Like if you're into horror games, this one looks like it's gonna be really good. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing if it's speed run worthy. Because for those that don't know, I used to speed run the first game when that came out.
Nice.
But yeah, that's gonna be really good. And we also have Mario Kart 8 coming out this Friday.
Ooh,
the ender of all friendships.
The friendship ender. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Friendship Ender.
Yeah, Deluxe specifically for Nintendo Switch. So that's coming out this Friday. That's going to be really fun. It looks really good. I've watched people who got in the game early, and they've added some really cool stuff. They have like the new battle mode, which is, if people don't know, Mario Kart 64 used to have this battle mode where you have balloons.
I love battle mode.
Your job is to get rid of everyone's balloons. So they brought that back, which is pretty dope. They have a lot of characters. Hopefully they have DLC in the future. They also added this thing for, it's auto steering, so you can legit put your controller down and the game will play for you.
Oh, really?
And the reason for this is there's times where you're playing with your friends and they can't, not everyone's a god at games. Some people just chill, they're not taking it serious. Some people just aren't really good, and it's they still have fun. They created this auto acceleration and auto steering for people who sometimes have trouble going through the race. So you have all your friends who go through really fast, and there's one or two people who are like really far and maybe 1 or 2 laps left.
Mm-hmm.
So they created that to help them get through the rest of the race, so they won't like lose points, stuff like that.
That's
which
cool.
is pretty dope. So a lot of cool stuff.
Are you Blue? Are you getting it? Actually, Ab, I'm assuming you're getting it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Blue, are you getting it? Mario Kart?
Outlast probably. Oh, Outlast. I was gonna get Outlast. Yeah. Oh, Mario Kart. Sorry, I spaced out. Mario Kart. I
Blue
mean, yeah, I'm
listening.
definitely getting it. No, you guys started talking about Outlast, and I was like, and space out.
Oh my
I was
goodness!
like, I have no clue what this. I have no clue about. Oh, I have no clue anything about this. Oh yeah, Mario Kart. I'm definitely gonna get it. I mean, I'm probably gonna get whatever game I can get my hands on with the Switch. I just love the Switch's hardware so much.
It's so fun to play.
I just want to play games on it, but it's like there's nothing to play on it at this point.
Okay, I'm putting it out here right now. We got to have a stream where we have a Mario Kart battle with the balloons, because I love that.
I will be happy.
I love that game mode.
It's my favorite mode.
I love that game mode. I used to play it all the time.
Did you say balloons is your favorite game mode?
Yeah, it was one of my favorites.
Oh, I didn't know. It's not called. Okay.
No, the battle mode.
The battle balloons. You're calling it balloon mode.
I've always called it balloon mode.
Yeah, when I played it as a kid, I was like, it's like the balloon mode on Mario Kart. This is great.
Play balloons.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's gonna be really fun. I know. We're also gonna do for fun tournaments in the Discord and stuff like that. Some people are gonna take it more than just for fun. People are gonna be like, "Yo, what the heck?"
Mario Kart.
That's what Mario Kart does. That's what Mario Kart does to people. It gets you super competitive, even if you're like the least competitive person on the planet. But it's gonna be really fun, really really fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be awesome.
And we have next coming out next month. But I guess we'll talk about more of the games in May once May actually arrives.
Yeah, the big one. Weekend. The big one is Prey, right?
Yeah, Prey's Prey has been through development hell for a few years. Like it was being rebooted. They were calling it a Prey sequel, and then that got canned. And then now we have
Prey sequel? Really? Wait, it was Prey?
No, they're making an actual sequel for the game.
Before
it was like a
this
reboot
game
or a sequel at the same time.
Oh,
and then they
okay,
canned that entire thing, and now we have what we see today, Prey, which is a complete reboot of the series. It looks like BioShock combined with Dishonored.
Yeah.
Combined with just everything, other stuff. It looks so good.
It's on that CryEngine as well. Oh my god.
Is it?
CryEngine, yes.
Ooh, that's surprising because what's the company that made the CryEngine? Crytek.
Yeah.
I'm dumb. Crytek's actually been going through a lot of financial trouble, and they've been firing a lot of people, and they're in debt and stuff, bankrupt. So I'm surprised they still have their engine going places. So that's cool.
Rough.
I didn't know that.
I mean, the engine is really valuable for a lot of companies. I think what they do it for a lot of Ubisoft games.
Mm-hmm.
What they use it in Far Cry a lot.
Oh, they did? I didn't realize that.
Yeah, so Ubisoft uses a ton of stuff for that CryEngine system, and it's a great engine. I mean, when you're using it.
Pretty.
Crisis.
Super pretty.
Oh my god.
But what have you guys, other than the games coming out, have you guys been playing anything this past couple of weeks other than Destiny?
Nope.
Yeah, for me it's been Destiny. I mean, I've been
playing Paragon.
Oh, nice. How's the World of Paragon?
It's a terrible game. But I like playing it.
Yelling at people. It's great.
Well,
Welcome back to Paragon.
I'm not like Paragon gets me salty than any other game. It's like the game that like okay, so imagine Destiny. Imagine Destiny was still year 1 with all of its problems, and they haven't fixed anything yet.
Okay. Well, a lot of people want to go back to year 1.
Well, I mean, but there's okay. How about this? The first 6 months of Destiny where they never fixed anything.
Okay. Is there dedicated servers?
There are dedicated servers, but I don't know. It's just like one step forward, one step backward. I don't know what they want to do. Epic is a lot like Bungie, and I don't know what their vision is because they have the same issue where they want to balance around like the casual side of the game, but like if you're doing a MOBA, like you don't do that. You balance around the competitive community. You balance around the people who play the game the most.
Yep.
Like that's how games thrive. That's why League of Legends, Dota, Smite, all those games thrive because they are competitive and that is what they do. And you have to balance around the people that play it the most because those people know what they're talking about because they play at the highest level of play.
Yeah.
But Epic doesn't seem to think that. So it triggered me because I want the game to be awesome because it is a really unique game, but it feels like more and more it is losing its identity while not fixing anything.
So they're not respecting the skill gap, is what you're saying.
They're not respecting the skill gap, and they don't know what MOBA they want to be. But it's such a fun game. Like there's no other game like it. Like the Paragon is Paragon. There's no game like Paragon.
Yeah, so we still talk about it on Discord, and I'll ask people, how is it now? And people, everyone's been comparing it to me, like telling me when I talk about it, is they've been comparing it to like, it turns like a team deathmatch game. Like that's what it is now. And with the idea of that, Blue, how would you feel if Epic was like, yo, we don't know what we're doing, and they just turned the game into just like a team deathmatch class-based game?
Then I would be happier because I want to know what this game is because they don't know what I don't feel like they know what direction they want to go in. Like, do they want to be like a hardcore like League of Legends MOBA? Or do they want to be like they want the game to be an economy based game? Because that's what a MOBA is. It's about managing economy. And with Team Deathmatch is in many ways what Paragon feels like right now because the laning phase, for those of you who don't play MOBAs, laning phase is essentially where everybody sticks to a lane, they do their job. It's like having a 1v1 in that lane for a while, and you're trying to farm better than the other person. You're trying to rotate better than the other person to other lanes. You're trying to be better at how you build based on the situation is. So I won't say passive, but it is a very methodical way of playing. And that's how every MOBA is. It's economy. With Paragon, it's more like, okay, we lane for 5 minutes, and then everyone plays team deathmatch for the remaining 25. So there's really not much farming, and there's really not a whole lot of play, like counterplay. And because there's no mirror match, I mean, there's only mirror matches at this point. So you could have a Sparrow on one team, have a Sparrow on the other team. Have a Murdoch on one team, have a Murdoch on the other team. And in most MOBAs, like there's no mirror matches. Like it's like you pick a hero, okay, that hero is going to be on that team. And then you can have like a ban list. So with League of Legends, it's like, okay, we'll ban this hero because that hero is going to be too much of a problem for our hero. I don't know. It's just like such a strategic and methodical genre, and Paragon has no strategy or method to what you do in that game, which is my issue, which is I want Paragon to be more methodical. And Paragon right now is just, okay, spam your abilities. Okay, did you win? Okay, no, keep spamming abilities.
Interesting.
It's Overwatch.
Yeah.
It's like the system it has is closer to Overwatch on how you play than it is to other MOBAs. Which is bad.
Yeah. It doesn't sound like it has an identity. Like you're talking about.
That's my problem.
Yeah.
But there's no other game like it, which is why I love it. God damn it. God damn it. It's like H1Z1. Everyone complains about that game, but God, people play that shit like it's their religion.
Right? Yeah, it's funny. Well, I hope it gets better. I hope Paragon,
Tefty's like, yeah, well, good luck, big guy. I got Destiny 2 coming out on the horizon. Who cares?
No, I want Paragon to succeed. I think the game looks cool. Every time I watch a little bit, I'm like, this game looks awesome.
It looks great.
Press the X button.
Next.
It looks great. Then you start playing, you're like, what the fuck? How did I just die? Oh, this guy spammed all his abilities on me at once.
Wow. Just unloaded a big old jar of ability on your face.
Unloaded a big old Tefty.
Come get Tefted.
Come get some Tefticles.
Oh my god! I think that's a podcast. What do you think, guys?
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Okay, man. Yep. All right. Well, I am Tefty Tef, guys, as you already know because you clicked on the video. You can talk to me at Teft on twitter.com/Teft. Catch the streams I do, twitch.tv/Tefty Teft. Typically start around 6 p.m. Pacific with a day stream here and there.
And I am VersusTheStream. You can talk to me on Twitter at VersusTheStream. You can catch my YouTube videos at youtube.com/VersusTheInternet. And you can catch my daily Twitch streams at 10 a.m. Eastern at twitch.tv/VersusTheStream.
My name, BlueWestlo. You can catch me on YouTube at BlueWestlo. You can check me out. Oh, wait, hold up. Twitch.tv/ God damn it. Okay, youtube.com/BlueWestlo. And check me out on Twitch, twitch.tv/BlueWestlo. And check me out on Twitter at BlueWestlo.
Nailed it.
Alrighty, tardy.
Good.
Bye, guys. See you next time.